What the? So y'all know it's not a miss.
Take a miss. Damn.
So that's cool.
It's alive!
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Last time you saw this car, we put the radiator in, put the fan switch and the fan shroud and all that, and I showed you how to install it and wire it and all that stuff, and then we finally took it for the first drive down the street, and it felt amazing to finally drive that car. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, it just felt great. After so long working so hard on this car and finally driving it, it really felt great, especially since I'm doing it all myself in the garage. You guys are watching me. One man army out here. But anyways, now that it drives, it's time to put it back together. So I'm actually on vacation this week, so all week I have been home, and instead of going to work, I come downstairs in the garage, same time, clock in like I'm going to work. So that's what I've been doing all week, and sorry I didn't film that much. I got a little bit of B-roll for you guys, but for the most part, I just put the music on and I was just in my zone. I was just on go. I'm like, okay, let me do this, and let me do this, let me do this. But I'm gonna walk around the car, show you guys what I've done, and it looks a little different than last time you saw it. And then after that, we should be able to get my wheels, finally put my wheels on. Global has some tires for me, so we're gonna go there after. So let me show you what the car looks like now. All right, we're out in the sun today, getting some nice sunlight, getting a nice little tan. Here's what we look like. Ooh, that's a familiar face. Still missing some stuff, but let's go over what I've done. So first thing you see is this filter. I just went to Advanced Auto Parts, found a 4-inch filter, because honestly, I'm not gonna have a hood for quite some time. Hood doesn't fit. So people asked that before, and yeah, hood doesn't fit. Right now, if I try to put the hood on, it kind of hits this braided line. Now, if I get a longer line, I could probably wrap it around backwards and maybe, but I think it'll still hit this. I think for most coupe guys, it hits the hood. I mean, it's a top mount, it's whatever. I actually focused on making the engine bay clean so I wouldn't have a hood. So I actually don't plan on having a hood anyways, but if I do want to go out of town or something, then I'm gonna need a hood for that. But this is beautiful just like this. But anyway, so I did that, and then I installed the turbo blanket. Turbo blanket's pretty simple. It's just you know, it's a blanket. Put the blanket on there, got 2 springs, and just spring it. So I mean, it's not a lot of room, but it's sprung. And then we got this bad boy. Now this was actually a pain in the ass. So it's supposed to mount up kind of, I mean, it mounts up like OEM, but you have to remove the old rubber ones from the factory, and you're gonna need a good stud extractor for that, because that's gonna be a pain in the ass trying to remove that. And it was for me, especially since I tried to use pliers on the first one and broke the rubber, and ooh, it took me like an hour to get it out without, you know, without a screw on top. I had to drill and whole bunch of other crap. But yeah, I didn't film it, but there you go. But as far as this, it fits. Now maybe if I had a different and yes, sorry, there are some more casualties here. I did scratch the shit out of my damn shock tower again. So I kind of expect this kind of stuff, especially because I was messing with this so much. So the problem with this was it fits now. It didn't fit before. As you can see, maybe I got some bends and stuff because it would not fit past this. I mean, maybe if you have a different routing of your downpipe, but as far as the CX Racing downpipe, that's the way it goes, and it does not fit past the CX Racing one. So I had to cut some of it off and bend it, and cut some off and bend it, and I had to take this thing out, this downpipe out, like 9 times. And eventually, my downpipe's like, yo, I got an idea. Let's scratch the shit out of his shock tower so he stops. So yes, I got a casualty. I got some touch-up paint, but car's gonna get detailed and stuff. Maybe we'll fix all that stuff later, but yes, it is what it is. I mean, it's a project. I'm working on it. So yeah, other than that, oh, the wiring. So remember last time I had the fan wiring when I did it, I just had it kind of laying all over the place because I was trying to, you know, just make sure everything worked. Well, now that I got everything worked, I mounted the controller, just some little self tappers right here, so it's nice and tight. And then I wrapped everything in this loom, and then I got the loom going all the way through this factory hole. It's actually a factory hole. Same thing with my boost gauge, my boost line for my wastegate. They all go all the way through here and out through here. So it's actually super clean. The headlight and corner light will be in, so you won't see anything. And then I got the loom, you know, going from here all the way, you know. And yeah, it just follows that line and back up to my fan, and everything's wrapped together and clean. And then my factory harness, my factory wiring harness is all tucked under here. So everything is super clean. So yes, there actually is wires running through this engine right now. So everything is plugged up, everything's good, and you can barely see any wire. So that was my plan from the start, and I think I did pretty good. I need to clean up this a little bit. It's kind of not really sure how I'm gonna organize that, because I can't really just stuff it in the hole, because I don't know how hot a wastegate gets. So I don't want to have it sitting up next to the wastegate. So yeah, that's all I got there. Here, my whatever you call it, I can't think what it's called, but I had a secondary air pump line out here. I took this off and I snipped it, and then I had a secondary oxygen sensor here, and I also took this out and snipped it. So I cut those off because I don't need them, like, ever, and because it's only one bank. It's one bank to the downpipe. There is no second bank on the turbo car. So now for the one bank, since I did have that open, I actually cut a hole in the very end of it, just like with some snippers, and cut a hole, and then I actually routed it to the back, so it kind of like routes out that way, so it actually looks real clean and simple. So that's another thing I did, and I think it looks dope. So I mean, I can't put my other thing on there because I have an M50 rail, and the brackets for the M50 rail, I had to bend them down to make this M52 injector rail fit. So that's how it goes. So yeah, it's gonna be like that until I figure something out, but I think it looks good like that anyway, so I'm not mad. And then what else did I do? I think that's pretty much it. And like I said, just put the front engine back on. front thing back on. So also, hood doesn't fit, headlights don't fit either. I have aftermarket headlights. I think they're DJ Autos, and because they have you know, HIDs and all that stuff back there, it doesn't fit. It will, like you could see when I was trying to fit it, that I got scratches on here because it doesn't fit. So that kind of sucks, but you know, eventually I'll get some my own custom intercooler routing, and I'll have it go like more outwards this way or whatever way it works. So I need factory OEM plastic headlights. I asked somebody else with this kit, and they have to use factory plastic headlights. So I need factory plastic headlights to make that work. And got my Euro radiator cover. Like I said, missing bolts, so it's actually just kind of laying there. But I'll find the bolts later, or find them off another car or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think it looks really dope. Try to put power steering fluid in there, and actually I forgot one of my crush washers for one of my power steering hoses, so it just got leaked, and you can see it's still leaking down there. So still no power steering again. But yeah, everything's good. And like I said, I got some more wires down here I can clean up. Like I know like some of these are like for corner lights. I think some are for fog lights. I don't remember, but I'm gonna find out what I need, and whatever I don't need, I'm cutting. So I don't need all these extra wires. I know these are for headlights, so whatever I don't need, cutting out. So this will be Ebony for a while. So I still need kidneys, ODB1 kidneys. This is the ODB1 car, the ones that go in. And I still need this cowl up here. So let me show you one more thing I installed, which is pretty cool. And let me open up this door, and look at this bad boy right here. Hold on. Woo! Told you guys I had a boost gauge coming, and I already wired it up. Woo! This thing is sick. So this is the innovative, let me turn that off before I get my battery. This is the innovative boost and AFR gauge. Got it from Amazon, like I think it was $260. So it has boost and AFR together. Let's see, like there's PSI right there, there's AFR, and you can switch, and you know, just have straight boost, have straight wideband, shows peak. I haven't figured out exactly how to use it and all that stuff yet, but for now, that's it. And it also has a power safe. So power safe is, it's not wired up yet, but power safe is where you have, if it like the AFRs get too low or too high, it'll cut power, and boost gets too high to cut power. That way to kind of save your engine. I'm not able to do that yet. I have to do it through a boost solenoid, what I don't have installed yet. So, and then there's like a relay and some other stuff. You know, I'm not good with wiring, but yeah. So anyways, this that's the gauge. And then this is from Ortiz Custom Pods. I got this from a website. I think it was ortizcustompods.com or something. I'll leave a link down there. And basically what they do is they take an OEM one, they buy an OEM one. It takes like a month to get it. They buy an OEM one, and then they just kind of do their own custom stuff. And then it, you know, it fits like a regular, you know, fits a boost gauge, whatever gauge you want to put in there. That way it's only one gauge for this, and it's clean, you know, it's pretty clean. I was going to do the Mickey Mouse ears with the boost and then the AFRs, but I thought this is cooler. And like I said, it has that power safe cutoff too. So I think this is the better route for me. And but yeah, wiring it actually, the simple part without the boost cut and all that stuff, it wasn't too difficult. I mean, everything's kind of like a harness. It's not really that many power plugs. So as far as like the AFRs, excuse me, as far as your AFRs, you just hook your AFRs into your pipe, and then there's a harness that connects to that. And then from that is another little, like, I think it was a 3-pin or 6-pin, I can't remember, but that just connects right to here. And that's all you do. You don't have to splice too many things. And then same thing for the map sensor. Let me show you the boost gauge. The boost is the same thing. Like I said, I told you guys I was going to use this brass fitting for boost. So that brass fitting goes through here, and it goes to this map sensor which they give you. And then that has a harness that goes and connects directly to it with another little pin. Now, as far as wiring, wasn't too difficult. Getting the harness through, by the way, the oxygen sensor, I kind of ran it all the way through here. And once that's up, it'll be clean and out of the way. So, you know, keep it clean, you know what I'm saying? But as far as getting it through there, what I used was, down here you have the your clutch line, right? And the clutch line actually goes all the way through the bottom of under your dash. And what I did was I just took like a string or something, or what I used, I think I used some wire or something, and then I just poked it through first, and then I taped it together, and then I pulled it through, and that way everything was able to go through there. It wasn't too hard, pretty simple. And then, you know, just wired everything up. As far as power, I think the power was there's like 3 wires. Sorry I didn't film it. I feel bad for not filming it now, but again, I was on go. So as far as power, I think it was 3 wires. There's a red wire, which is power, black is ground, and there's a white wire that you can sync up to like a dimmer or something like that, so that way it's not like, you know, bright and like when you turn your headlights on. But fuck that, I want that thing bright the whole time. I need to see. So I didn't bother with a white one. I left that alone, and then just hooked up red, and then I hooked up white. The red I hooked up to a purple and white wire. There's a wire under here, purple and white. I had to look it up, and I just looked up E36 ignition switch wires, and someone said on a forum that purple and white wires under the dashboard are going to be ignition 12 volts. So I spliced it into one of those, and it works. So, but yeah, that's the car so far. So I think it looks amazing. Like I said, still need to put some other stuff back together, but man, this looks sick. This looks so sick. I actually like the filter. I was gonna run a turbo car, but I actually like the filter. The filter looks cool. Filter looks cool with the housing and the turbo blanket. The turbo blanket makes it look so big. It's like I feel like I'm driving a Supra right now. Look how big it looks. It's not that big, but it looks big. That's what she said. Oh, I also changed spark plugs. I had BKR6E, which is your typical E36 plug, and Dave told me to get a colder plug. I don't know what colder means, but he told me to get BKR7E. So that's what I did. And I mean, that's what most turbo guys run anyway. So I got BKR 70s. I put those in there too before, you know, the metal valve cover, of course. But yeah, so let's go get some tires now and put the tires on the car, and I'm about to do some height adjustment because that height ain't looking good to me right now. All right, just got the global tires, and they always got some cool cars just hiding over here. Look at this. This thing is pretty sick. It's most likely replica. I doubt it's the real thing, but otherwise it'd be like, I don't know, like what, $2 million? But it's pretty sick. I'd drive it. All right, got the wheels up here. They went straight to work and put the tires on there and everything. So the tires I'm running now are going to be, they're temporary, kind of. They're GT Radial 235, 45, 17. It's not really crazy. It's a 9.5-inch wheel. Might have a little bit of stretch. I didn't really know what to get. You know, I was kind of like it's kind of like a test run because, you know, I come from a stance world. So what I used to run was 215 35 on an 18 by 10. I can't do that no more now that I'm boosted. So I wanted something with a little bit more grip and something that will, that's nice, something with a little bit more grip that you know, that might have a little bit of stance to it still. So I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. So I don't know if I'll go, you know, like a 40 next time, or, you know, I don't know. So this is literally just a test run. And by the way, guys, look what's running now. Remember a long time ago, this thing hasn't ran for a long time. He had some ECU problems and he just got it painted now. So my bad. He just got it painted. Big old baller Mercedes too. He just got it painted, and yeah, so it's running now. So I'm gonna have to drive that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not stock. So I heard him. Victor just said if this video gets 100 likes, he'll let me drive the Porsche.
Oh, deal.
Easy. 100,
easy.
That's easy.
100.
Easy.
1,000. I should have said 1,000.
I'll take 1,000. All right, we are home. Garage is opening. Woo, look at that bad boy over there. Yeah. All right, let's put these wheels on and see what it looks like. And probably have to make some height adjustments. Okay, so I was picking the car up, right? And I'm used to my, you know, suspensions like real tight preload wise, so there's usually no droop. And when I noticed my wheel was kind of drooping, I'm like, that didn't look right. So yeah, it turns out, and I know I tightened it, but my shock mount bolt is not in there. And I know I tightened it. I wonder if that thing stripped out just now. Damn, dude. What the fuck? That's crazy. So yeah, it sucks. So I used my big drill today. Not the way I planned on using it. Also had zero intentions on using a grinding wheel on my rear trailing arm, but due to this circumstances, did what I had to do. So what happened was that bolt actually came out and stripped the entire thread. So I tried to use a tap and tap it again because I had a tap for that size, but it still wouldn't grip. So decided to drill all the way through, do it old school way, nut and bolt. So it's on there, it works. Car's on the ground, it's dark, and can't really see anything, so I guess I will Show you guys in the morning what it looks like with the wheels on. Plus I have to make some small minor adjustments height wise, and I don't know, kind of like it, kind of don't. I guess I'm not used to this ride height. I'm used to being on the ground, and I'm not on the ground with this tire. So, but the fitment is pretty close, so it might look good. So we'll see you guys in the morning.
I'm staying above the water. My tires out of air, still trying to take it farther. My mama say I'm stubborn, be blaming that on my father. And when you staying true, know this game be a little harder. You gotta maneuver smarter. I'm finishing everything I start. The reason why you ain't lasting, cause it ain't in your heart. Ain't never building no character, y'all ain't got no art. I still was able to see it when all my days was dark. And all I know is just to keep on. Ain't on the type of time that we be on. I'm trying to find a space I feel I belong. Ain't got no attachment, I keep it moving and you could be gone. I got too many dreams, it's impossible to go sleep on. I'm on another frequency, deeper than language you wanna speak to me. Niggas out here moving with no decency. This another fabric been cut from a better cloth. To get up to them winds, gotta gracefully take a loss. Yeah.
Alright guys, well that is it. This is the new look of the car. And also shout out to LES, man. I told him, I asked him personally, I said, is it cool if I use your music for YouTube? Because he is an independent artist, so there is no copyright strike for that. So he told me it was cool, so might see some more LES music on my channel. I love his music. I'm always in the garage listening to it. So I mean, it only fits perfect for me to, like, you know, pretty much finish this car and throw his music in there. So I mean, it's definitely the mood. He definitely got me through all this. So yeah, man. But I think it looks good. Like I said, I think the tires were a little bit too thick, but I think, you know, kind of looking at it now, the fitment is pretty spot on. So so here's the front. Front looks pretty much perfect. I mean, no complaints there. Can't barely fit a finger in there. So I mean, that's pretty spot on. And I can turn the wheel. Went full lock when I drove it. So yeah, and actually I have no spacers front or rear, so fitment's actually perfect. It's 17 by 9.5 plus 12 all around. Now my fenders are not stock, so they kind of bulge out, and they're pulled and reshaped. But yeah, fitment's spot on front and rear. Rear, there's a little bit of a gap, but it's turbo now, so when I accelerate, it's probably gonna squat a little bit, so I kind of need some of that gap. So, but that looks pretty good, man. I don't hate this at all. I think 40s would be a little bit better because it would actually make my whole car a little bit lower, but I think that looks, I like that. I really like that. So I'm happy now. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. This car's turned out so great, man. Oh my God, this car's looking amazing. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it on this episode. I'm about to go get an alignment now, so I'm actually gonna drive it on the actual street. I'm gonna throw my license plate on there, make sure my tail lights work, or at least one of them. Look at this, June 2018 was the last time I drove this thing, man. June 2018. So yeah, go get an alignment for these new tires, and this video is already like 25 minutes long, so I'm not gonna film it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll film their reactions and stuff. If I do, it'd be different. Probably be a different video, but I don't know. But yep. Next step is getting this thing dynoed so I can actually do some pulls. And of course, I still got to clean some stuff up, like you know, all these random bolts and stuff I'm missing. But for the most part, she's coming together. She's really coming together. So thanks for watching. Deuces. See you in the next one.
Yeah.